back to the grind with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters. And holy shit, Tony Ferguson's taking the heat. Tony Ferguson's character's being assassinated right now. Holy shit. His stock is dropping, as GP would say. Fuck. That's a lot more accurate than his character's being assassinated. His stock is dropping by the day, by the minute, by the hour. El Cui. No. And like I've been saying recently, not to the hardcore fans like us. I'm always going to watch Tony Ferguson's fights. But his stock is dropping. The casual fans are stopping to give a fuck. And with shit like this, that's going to get more and more people turning on him. This is going to... Okay, so let me get into it. Tony Ferguson's responding to the people that are saying, why didn't you take the fight against Michael Johnson? Because if you remember, Dana White released a text message. Conor told me I shouldn't have paid Tony Ferguson a dime since he didn't want to fight Michael Johnson. Or since I had a fighter that was ready and Tony Ferguson turned him down, I shouldn't have paid him a dime, according to Conor. So Tony Ferguson's responding. He said, why would I take a pay cut and fight someone 20 pounds heavier? I prepared to fight Team Tiramisu. Ooh. Not fat ass, out of shape Michael Johnson. Not my fault Khabib Nurmagomedov can't handle the weight cut. Damn. Tony Ferguson thought he was firing shots. Tony Ferguson thought he said checkmate. Until motherfucking Khabib's manager came out with the heat. The motherfucking tweet of the day. I don't even be on Twitter like that. I don't know what the fucking tweet of the day is. Dude. But he said, did you see what Uncle Dana White said? Conor versus Khabib is next. Nobody gives a shit about you, but your time will come if you keep talking shit. Damn. He's got a good point. Dana White just announced Conor wants to fight Khabib next. So this is the perfect time for Khabib's manager to strike. Because if Dana White wouldn't have announced that, he couldn't say, no, Khabib's waiting on Conor. He couldn't say that. But since Conor's officially called out Khabib, now he can say, man, we're waiting for the fucking money fight. Go fucking fight somebody. You'll get your turn after we get our money. So now it's like Khabib doesn't really have to fight Tony Ferguson if he doesn't want to, because he can say he's waiting on the Conor fight since Conor called him out. Now the pressure's on Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz, because Conor's not thinking about you two. He's thinking about Khabib and Floyd. Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz are not on Conor McGregor's agenda at the moment. After Khabib and Floyd, Conor could very well retire. So Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz need to either get to racing or get to figuring out who they're fighting next. Because Tony Ferguson, he could fight Kevin Lee, he could fight Edson Barboza, or he could fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib's probably going to be out for a few more months, so he'd have to wait for a few more months for that. And with Khabib's manager and Dana White coming out saying Conor wants Khabib, Tony Ferguson might have to fight Kevin Lee or Edson Barboza or Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is racing, so that leaves Kevin Lee and Edson Barboza. Edson Barboza and Tony Ferguson has been who they've been trying to make the fight forever, but Tony Ferguson is like, nope, Edson doesn't really deserve the fight. Nope, I want to fight Khabib. Nope, I got a 9-fight winning streak. I want to fight Conor. Nope, I'll fight Nate. Nope, I'll fight Ali Aquinta if he keeps talking shit. But he hasn't said anything about Edson Barboza. But now if you think about the only top contenders right now available, Kevin Lee, Edson Barboza. Kevin Lee will definitely take the fight. But Edson Barboza is a rematch, so that would maybe be a little bigger. Kevin Lee, I believe, would slaughter Tony Ferguson in the war of words. War of words. As far as press conferences and shit, that wouldn't even be a fair fight. Tony Ferguson's going to come out cringing it up. Tony Ferguson, I will admit, is better than a lot of these guys that talking shit. Not a lot of the top level guys, but if there's a grade scale, Kevin Lee is a A minus, Conor McGregor's a A plus, Chael Sonnen's a A plus. So Kevin Lee's still an A. Now we go to Tony Ferguson. He's probably like a C, solid C, but he's not even a B or a A. You see what I'm saying? So Kevin Lee would. I don't know if you want to fucking just welcome on all that bad press, because Kevin Lee's gonna come out and make you look kind of dumb. anyways. So also Kevin Lee, Dana White, they've both mentioned Tony Ferguson. Why are you not fighting Edson Barboza? And it's the rematch. I mean, I'm thinking Tony Ferguson, he's going to have to either fight Kevin Lee or Edson Barboza really soon. Or his stock is going to drop and he's not even going to be considered for the Khabib or the Conor fight. They're going to say, look, dude, you had the opportunity to fight Michael Johnson, Edson Barboza, and Kevin Lee, and you've said no to all of them. I understand what you're saying as far as you think you deserve what you think you deserve, and you probably do, bud. But you're going to have to take a fight sooner or later. And that's just how I'm feeling. Like, in the beginning, of course, you're on Team Tony Ferguson. When he's like, oh, yeah, 9-fight winning streak, you know. I was scheduled for the interim title versus Khabib, man. You know, he deserves a title shot. Yeah. You're right. You are right. But that's just not how the game goes. The game don't go deserve. Because then Dana White can come out and say, you want to tell me who deserves a fight? Nobody who has turned down 3 fights deserves a title shot. Khabib, and he's going to say, yeah, he turned down Michael Johnson, he turned down Kevin Lee, and he turned down Edson Barboza. Even though it was for whatever reason, that's where the shit gets sticky. Oh, how do you deserve a title shot? You won't fight anyone, anywhere, any place. You want to talk about fight anyone, anywhere, any place? We can talk about Conor McGregor. He's fucking awesome. Dana White kills me. But so I want to know what you guys have to say about this. This Tony Ferguson, well, first of all, this tweet. Ali Abdelaziz came out and smoked Tony Ferguson. I'm going to repeat it because I feel like I've been rambling for a while, and then I'm going to get out of here. Did you see what Uncle Dana White had to say? Conor versus Team Khabib. Nobody gives a shit about you, but your time will come. Keep talking shit. I don't know, Tony Ferguson. I hope you got a cold-ass response or a cold-ass something. Hey, maybe Tony Ferguson's going to pick up racing. I swear to everything, that would be the icing on the cake. If Tony Ferguson comes out and says, you know what, I've been thinking about triathlons. I'm just going to go ahead and run until somebody gets ready to fight. Oh, that would be the icing on the cake. Oh, that would be so epic. That would literally put me back on Team Tony. Because as of right now, what have you done for me lately? And all I've been seeing is every reason that you don't want to fight these guys. And I literally do understand why. But after about 1.5 years, it's like, dude, fuck that fight, dude. I mean, forget Conor, forget Khabib. I understand you want the title and shit, but it's like, damn, bro, you're getting passed by. Father Time waits for no man. What are you going to do? Well, I mean, you literally could wait. He could wait, really, another 6 months. It would suck. But Tony Ferguson could wait another 6 months. He still has a 9-fight winning streak. As soon as they need a title contender, they can call on Tony Ferguson. He'll be waiting for that title shot, kind of like Tyron Woodley did. But people are going to not... Man, people ain't trying to hear that shit. I mean, but Tony Ferguson's going to do what he's got to do. I mean, and that's what it is. So I don't know what else to say. It is what it is. I do want to see what you guys have to say. Let the hitters know what the fuck you tap in the comments, dude.